Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about my plan to become a millionaire in another 5 years, or by the time I'm 30 years old. And we're going to be talking a little bit about my story and my background. Alright, so when I graduated from high school, I went into college like most people, thinking I knew what I wanted to do, but really I didn't. Really I went in a completely different direction. So I went to a year of college at Brigham Young University, Idaho, and then I went on a 2-year church mission in Mexico. So I was out there for 2 years learning the language and walking the streets of Chihuahua, Mexico. And that helped me develop a different perspective on life and just things in general. So when I ended my mission and I came back home to the United States, I continued my education at Brigham Young University, Idaho. But my plan at that time was to become a dentist. So I was studying biochemistry. I decided to keep with that path when I got back from Mexico, and I was sitting through organic chemistry my second semester back, and I was sitting there and I was like, there's no way I can understand this. I am not smart enough to know this. And then, I was thinking about being a dentist. I was like, do I really want to be a dentist? Do I want to be pulling teeth and, looking for cavities the rest of my life? So after a lot of thought, and after that semester, I decided to switch my major to business management with an emphasis in entrepreneurship. So I then became super passionate about stocks and other things like that throughout college. And ultimately, I wanted to start my own business and kind of be in control of my time, in control of what I do every day. But I didn't really know what I wanted to do. So I was exploring different options and I tried out a few things, but nothing really stuck, nothing really worked. So I was thinking, well, hey, I'm about to graduate in a year. And I was looking at my resume and I was like, hey, an emphasis in entrepreneurship probably doesn't have the best ring to recruiters for other companies. It kind of seems like a flight risk. So I decided to switch my emphasis to supply chain and operations. It was kind of a newer emphasis offered at my school, and I didn't really need to take that many extra classes in order to graduate with that. So then I decided to work on my resume. I got it reviewed by tons of people that I networked with. I got it reviewed by peers, classmates, and just school faculty. And I really worked really hard on my resume. So then I took my resume and I probably applied to hundreds of jobs. And then I heard back from probably about 15 out of those 100 applications. So then I went through the interviewing process with these different companies, and I got a few different offers, but the offer I accepted was the position at the company Cargill. And a lot of people don't know what this company is, but it's actually the largest privately held company in the world. And basically they just kind of feed the world. They provide a lot of different foods like grains, proteins, and things throughout the world. And I got a job as a supply chain associate. And that's the job I've been at for about a year now. So I graduated in December of last year, and I've been working there for about a year now. And I do inventory management with different third-party warehouses. So not super exciting stuff, but right now it's paying the bills, and it's a great opportunity, great job right out of college. All right, so that's a little bit about my background, my story. If you have other questions, please leave it in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe and smash the like button. If you had a similar experience in college, going in thinking you wanted to do something and then ending up in a completely different spot, please hit that like button because I understand what you were going through. All right, so now back to my plan to becoming a millionaire. So working for Cargill, I get paid great, I have great benefits, but it's not gonna make me a millionaire in 5 years. Even if I start climbing the corporate ladder and get huge pay raises, I'm not gonna be making $1 million in a year. And I wanna emphasize going into this plan of mine to become a millionaire isn't that I'll have $1 million in cash, but $1 million in assets, or my net worth will be $1 million or more in 5 years, which I think is very achievable. And my plan to do that is to have 7 different income sources. And so that first income source, you guessed it, is my salary that I'm currently making at Cargill. And that's gonna help fund my investments or my business opportunities that I'm gonna come across in the next couple of years to reach that million. The second source for my net worth is gonna be in stocks or dividends, right? I'm gonna take a chunk of my salary, I'm gonna put it into stocks, ETFs, stocks that pay dividends, to make a little bit of extra money. And if you're looking at the stock market, generally, it's safe to say that you can get about an 8 to 10% return every year. So I hope to put that money into this area to make at least a 10% return every year, along with dividends that are going to be giving me extra income that I will take and just reinvest it back into those stocks. The third source that I hope to have is through YouTube ad revenue and affiliate marketing through my YouTube channel. Currently, I don't have millions of subscribers like Grab Stefan or Meet Kevin, but I hope to gradually increase my following base so that I can start making a little bit so I can get monetized and make a little bit of money off YouTube ads and affiliate marketing, with Amazon affiliate links and things like that, which you can check out in the description below in this video. The next part I want to talk to you guys about is rental properties. And I think this is going to contribute to my net worth the most out of all of these sources. So the idea behind rental properties is that you can make money kind of in two main ways. The first way is that you collect rent from the people living in your property, and then you pay off your mortgage with that rent money, and hopefully you make a little bit on the top after you pay your mortgage. So let's say I have a fourplex, right? So 4 units, and let's say my mortgage is $2,000 a month. And so I have 4 units. And let's say I'm renting out these 4 units for $750 a month each. If I take that $750 times it by 4, I'm making $3,000 in rent a month. So I take that $3,000, put it towards my mortgage of $2,000, and I earned $1,000 that month from rent. The second main way to make money from rental properties is through appreciation on the property itself. And so generally with time, the value of a property is going to be going up, or you can make renovations or improvements to the property, and that will also increase the value. The next source of my net worth I want to talk to you about is crypto. So similar to stocks, I want to take a chunk of my salary and invest it into crypto every week or every month or every paycheck. Personally, a couple years ago, I was very skeptical of crypto, like Bitcoin and Ethereum and all those. But currently, I'm pretty bullish on the idea of crypto because I think it's definitely going to have a place in our economy in the future. Right now, it's not super practical. It doesn't have a lot of utility. It's hard to transact with Bitcoin, and it takes time and things like that. And generally, you're not going to the supermarket or Walmart or wherever, and you're buying your groceries with Bitcoin. But they're going to continue to make improvements on crypto coins so that these issues will hopefully be resolved in the future. And if you're looking at the current inflation rates and everything like that, you gotta kind of be worried about holding on to cash. All right, the next source of income that I want to talk to you guys about is vending machines. And this is something I've kind of already started. I think vending machines are a great way of a little bit of passive income. They're not going to make you millions or hundreds of thousands of dollars, but the machines do cost a couple thousand, and they can bring in a couple $100s of profit every month if placed in a good location. I currently have 2 vending machines, 2 more on the way, so I'll have a total of 4, generating a little bit of passive income because it doesn't take a lot to stock or maintain these machines. The next source I want to talk to you guys about is online courses. And I think there's a lot of money to be had here. If you look at people like Chandler David Smith or Ryan Pineda, they have these online courses for real estate and other things that cost a lot of money, but a lot of people are buying them because they provide valuable information. So my goal is to create one of 2 courses. One is an Excel course. So kind of going through the basics and then kind of going towards an advanced course and things like that, just teaching people how to use Excel effectively because basically the world's economy runs on Excel. These huge companies, even the company I work for, which is the largest privately held company in the world currently, is using Excel all the time. And I took a couple classes in school regarding Excel, so I feel like I have a very good, solid knowledge of that, enough to make a course that people can learn from. So the second idea or course that I'm kind of thinking about is creating a course to teach Spanish. So I lived in Mexico for 2 years. I understand the language. I understand a lot of the grammar behind it. I know how to write and read in Spanish. And I think I could create a a course to understand the basics to help people learn Spanish. The only problem with this is that there's hundreds, thousands of courses like that out there, so I'm a little bit more hesitant on that. So I've gone through the math in Excel to figure out how these 7 sources are going to help me to have a net worth of $1 million. If you want to know more about the math I did and figuring out what percentage of my net worth comes from what source of income I just talked about, please leave a comment below. I would be happy to create a video like that. I just didn't want to, provide an information overload for everyone with a bunch of boring numbers and things like that in this video. And before you go, please subscribe, smash the like button. I appreciate the views. If you stayed till the end, thank you so much, and have a great rest of your day.